Hello everyone, Robert Rambles here, and welcome back to WoW Classic and our Season of Mastery playthrough. We are starting off in Winterspring today. I did a few quests here and there around the world, and that got us to level 56.5. I did some things in Ungoro Crater, including the escort quest that we failed a few days ago. And also did some things in the Eastern Plaguelands that were just incredibly frustrating that I was able to power through on my own, but wasn't really content that I wanted to record. The Cauldron stuff, some wildlife stuff I did in the Plaguelands, and yeah, that's what got us to level 56.5. And I'm hoping we can get the other half of our level here in Winterspring today. But we will see how that goes. I think some of the stuff here is a little bit high in level for us to take on. 57. And this would be for a kill quest, but it's not being tracked. It's not being tracked properly. It's being tracked under Timbermaw Hold. For whatever reason, even though Timbermaw Hold is a small location, it's not actually like a zone. It's still tracking it there, which is a little bit strange. I have a feeling that maybe somebody has cleared out this camp. Just a feeling I have. I also have a feeling that these shaman are going to be able to heal themselves. So we'll try to keep Mortal Strike up. Also want to give a shout out to Gildan, who provided us with a purple shirt, which is much necessary when we're venturing into Winterspring like this. I don't want to feel cold through empathy. I feel cold enough in reality on my own. So yeah, there's how we're looking with the shirt. It still is a weird piece of armor, even with a shirt under it. I just have to question, what were they thinking with that chest piece? Yeah, I have to assume all these guys are going to respawn, because I think that there's supposed to be a lot of enemies here, and there was only the one shaman. Let's see, maybe we head back further into the cave? I don't want to end up in a position where everything respawns around us, but that is likely what is going to happen. Yeah, now we're seeing bodies. Who are you? Winterfall Ursa. Yeah, we need you. Oh, wait. Now there are two of you. I don't know if I can take two of you, but now is as good a time as any to find out. We're right by town, so if we do get killed here, we'll be really close to our body. Let's get like 60 rage or so before we do sweeping strikes. Let's pop our flask now. That actually wasn't too bad. Assuming we can finish this up, which I think that we can. All the misses on Mortal Strike notwithstanding, we still did it. Winterfall Firewater. Increase your melee attack power by 35 and size for 20 minutes. Can I make this? Oh yeah. Yep, that's just how we make ourselves bigger. Perfect. And speaking of potions, let's go ahead and pop an Elixir of Giants. And there we go. Now we're all roided up, and we should be ready to take some of these guys on. Assuming that they respawn, because I did just see a player run out of here, so I'm kind of thinking that was the person responsible for killing all these guys, and knowing how these things go, it was probably a level 60. I don't know what kind of rep grinds come at endgame, honestly. It's kind of the thing that I'm not looking forward to doing, that I probably won't be doing. I don't really want to make time in my life to grind a bunch of rep, to use it for a season, and then have all that effort just go away. I guess the only exception would be if it gives me access to a best in slot. And I'm not even talking about pre-raid best in slot. It would literally have to give me access to something best in slot, like overall, for me to want to do it. Enjoy that heal with the Mortal Strike, buddy. Didn't do much good for you, did it? So yeah, that's a real thing. I don't mind getting reputation through, like, dailies, like daily zones. Like, they did some good daily zones at the end of Burning Crusade. So that kind of stuff is fine. I just don't like where I'm gonna go just fight guys for items to turn the items in for rep. That is stuff that I don't really find interesting, and I don't really like making time for that kind of grind. Because honestly, life is short, there's so many things that you could be doing. So we'll see how that stuff goes. I've still been putting a lot of thought into the potential of a Horde playthrough for SOM. Something that I was originally very much against, but I have been putting some thought into it. And I think about it like, it's gonna take, by the time I hit 60, it's gonna be almost probably exactly 2 months since Season of Mastery started. So if it takes another 2 months, let's just say that I play as much, and it takes another 2 months to level another character. Are there gonna be people doing anything in Phase 1 by then? Because by then, Phase 2 will have been out. People will be getting ready for the next phase. So yeah, part of me wonders, is it worth it? That's kind of the bad thing about the seasonal model of WoW, is we don't really know how it's gonna go. I don't really have any numbers on like how many people are actively playing the game or anything like that, and I don't even know if research would yield real numbers. But that's always a concern when I think about devoting 2 months to leveling a character. Is that character going to get to do any content? Well, I don't know. I don't know, because this character hasn't been able to do any content yet as far as endgame stuff and raiding, so it's really hard to say. It's very likely that I get this character to endgame and try to gear up for raid, and it's very likely that no one will want me in the raid. So yeah, as a tank, you know they're going to be very critical of my gear. And I don't have any raiding experience with the raids in vanilla. All of my raiding experience starts in Wrath of the Lich King onward. Not that I honestly believe you need a lot of raid experience to do these raids. I really don't. I don't think their mechanics are that complicated. I think that most people could have a mechanic explained to them, they could see the fight once or twice, and then they could accomplish it just fine. The mentality of players in World of Warcraft has not always been a mentality of giving people learning opportunities. I remember on my original Tauren Warrior, trying to do Heroic Magister's Terrace, which was a 5-man dungeon. But it was heroic, so you know there's that level of difficulty in it. And somebody in the group started complaining because I had a blue item. Not all of my gear was epic. And then they told me that blues weren't going to cut it there, or something of that nature. And yeah, and then I got removed from the group. And that was a pretty bad experience. I think that was probably one of the last times that I tried to tank on that character, and this was, you know, 16 years ago. So yeah, I just kind of feel like, is that going to be my experience? Am I going to get to max level, get some pre-raid gear, and then just be told that my gear isn't good enough to tank a raid that is 15 years old, the mechanics of which a child could understand? That could happen. So in light of that, my whole point, wrapping this back around, is that it all makes me very trepidatious to want to devote more time to another character. Unless the objective is just to see stuff on the Horde side. Like, I'm pretty familiar with Horde side questing, so it would probably be a smoother journey. I've also been experimenting with the Questy add-on, and that was something that I said previously, was that if I were to do another playthrough in the Season of Mastery, I would at least be using Questy. And yeah, from what I can tell, just with its ability to show you where quest pickups are, that would probably help immensely to make sure that we just weren't missing stuff. It would also just give us a fuller experience. We can make sure that we get those out of the way quests, those obscure quests that you otherwise are never going to find. So yeah, maybe with that it would be just a quicker experience in general, I'm not sure. With my familiarity with the Horde side leveling and then also using Questy, it might be a totally different night and day experience to kind of struggling through some stuff on the Alliance side as we have. But yeah, I'm interested to know what you guys think. Let me know if that's something that you would be interested in seeing, the Season of Mastery from the Horde side. I had originally thought maybe we just wait till the next season. Obviously, when we're talking about the next season, that's like literally a year away, so that leaves a lot of time between now and then. We really need like more of these guys to respawn, but it's really, really slow going because of these other people farming them out. And for some reason, it's not really cranking the respawn rate up at all. We have a few other quests to do here that we can go check out, but I would really rather just wrap this one up while we're up here. We don't need too many of these guys. 8, 8, and 8. 24 guys, it's a really tame number. It just requires that respawns come up and that we can fight them instead of somebody else. And then there's all the dungeons that I haven't done, and there's a couple of... The main reasons why I have not done these dungeons is that, firstly, I don't know them. I'm not familiar with them. I'm not going to be able to lead a group through them, through the most efficient path. And I know that they're huge, sprawling dungeons that you usually only do certain sections of. And that's probably something that you determine before you set out on your run. And since I'm not familiar with any of that, that would be very difficult. So I've been putting off doing these dungeons that I think we can probably start to do, at least Blackrock Depths. We could probably start to do that a little bit, like put our toes in the water. Maybe that'll be something I look at when we hit level 57. I'm not really sure. But I think I definitely learned a lesson, which is that probably for next season, I think that the first character I roll is going to be just straight DPS. That way we do our DPS character when we have lots of group availability, everybody's starting fresh, no problem getting into dungeon runs and stuff like that. And then when we want to go back and do our ult on the other faction, then we do a healer or a tank. Because it's always going to be harder getting into groups. Once the first wave of people have gotten characters to 60, you're going to have some people that play alts. And then you're going to have some people who are just kind of coming into things a little bit late, a couple months in, right? But that's not really a time for someone like me to roll a DPS. That's going to make it harder to get into groups in that second wave. So unfortunately, that's probably a big lesson learned a little bit too late. Is that if you really want to have an alt in a seasonal model, you should probably make your first character just DPS and focus on a role that's needed for your second character. Because yeah, I know that healers are really needed leveling up, right? But I don't really have any interest in playing a healer right now. I just don't really have any... I try to think of what classes on the Horde can I heal on. You know, you got Druid, Shaman, or Priest. Of all of those, I guess the one that interests me the most is the Shaman. that's not going to be a character that's going to be very good at DPS. That's for sure. Basically, of those characters, there's not really a class that we could heal dungeons fairly well leveling up, and then go straight DPS for endgame. Because neither the shaman, the druid, or the priest are like very good at DPS when compared to other DPS classes at the endgame, so. Alright, maybe I should shut up for a minute and eat to full health here. But yeah, I would say that I'm definitely suffering some late game fatigue here. That is definitely happening. You try to tell yourself that you only have 4 more levels to go, and then you see exactly how slowly those levels go by, and you see just the dearth, I think dearth is a word that means lacking, the dearth of quest. You guys go ahead and dictionary.com me. Yeah, you see the lack of quest. Sometimes I spit out words and I don't know where they come from, and I don't even know if they're actually words, but it sounded right. There's just this overall lack of quest, right? And then the quest that you do get, spread all over the place. You gotta do a lot of running around, a lot of traveling from zone to zone. And you just see your experience bar inch by inch slowly moving. I remembered to get my priest from 58 to 60. I just ground enemies. I grinded enemies in the Plaguelands, in the Eastern Plaguelands, or the Western Plaguelands. I forget where I was. I think it was by Light's Hope Chapel. Because once you did the boost, that's kind of where it put your character over by Light's Hope Chapel. But yeah, I took that 2 levels and I just fought undead. For cloth, I think I was doing it for the cloth they were dropping, but I did 2 levels that way. And as this questing experience kind of winds down, I feel myself kind of preparing to do a similar thing. It's like I'm thinking, if I can get to level 58, I know I can grind the last 2 levels. I've done it before. It took multiple days. It was pretty miserable. But I did it, and it was fine. So I'm kind of worried that I'm going to end up doing that again. Obviously, if I do 2 days of grinding, I'm not going to record any of that stuff. But yeah, I'm kind of running out. I went down to Silithus actually, thinking that, you know, we must have some things to do in Silithus by level 56, and we don't. There were no quests to pick up at all. I even turned Questy on there to make sure that I wasn't hallucinating, and it also didn't show me any quests to pick up there. But we have the flight point now, so whenever we do want to go back, we can. But yeah, I was kind of hoping there'd be a handful of quests there to do, but maybe that's not till 58. I'm really not sure. I did a little bit of questing in Silithus back during original vanilla, and then, you know, into the launch of original Burning Crusade. But I think it was only the one time that I went there, honestly. Most of the characters that I leveled up through the game, I did so in Wrath of the Lich King. And by then, as soon as you hit 58, you would just go into Outlands. So some of those zones, like Winterspring, Silithus, you didn't have to do them. Because you would hit 58, and then you would just go to Hellfire Peninsula. And so zones like Silithus, I really only saw once or twice. Until Wrath of the Lich King, my Tauren Warrior was the only max level character that I leveled up. And then aside from him, I had a bunch of level 30s. Alright, that's 8 out of 8 for the Ursa. We need Shaman, and we need Den Watchers, and we need to eat some food. Can I make any bandages? Yeah, I can make 8 heavy rune cloth bandages. Probably need to go ahead and take care of that while we await some respawns here. And while we do that, I will drink some coffee. It's probably going to now spawn mostly the guys that we don't need. If it continues in doing that, we're just going to take them out. They're going to share their respawn points with the other enemies, so clearing them out just opens up the possibility for something we need to spawn. This cave I'm not sure about because it seemed to have an elite back in it, so I don't know how much I want to be back here. Yeah, see, that's an elite and an Ursa, so neither of those we need. It doesn't look like the cave actually goes anywhere to look at it. Target needs to be in front of you. Yes, that does tend to help. That is true. It's spawning all Ursas. Of course. It's fine. They're relatively easy to take out. Yeah, see, the thing is, the Shaman I liked, but I liked it in Burning Crusade. You know, we did our hard mode playthrough on the Orc Shaman, and I had a lot of fun. Ritual Totem, it says we already have one. It begins a quest. You have found one of the Winterfall Furbolg's ritual totems. The totem itself is of nondescript construction, but it seems to emanate an almost tangible sense of dread and despair. If many of the Winterfall Furbolgs do indeed carry these, it would certainly go a long way in explaining their current condition. One of the Furbolgs inside the Timbermaw hold may have a use for such an item. That is, if you've earned their trust enough to speak with them. Okay, cool. I think we've earned their trust enough. They don't attack us when running through, though maybe we need to be friendly with them. I'm hoping we're earning some rep by killing their enemies. But I don't know. Timbermaw hold. Yeah, we are unfriendly. Am I going to grind out 3,000 rep for some quests? Probably not. Probably not. We could show this as our experience bar. I think I had the old Centaur one showing on here for a while when I thought I was going to do those quests. And I decided not to do those for the same reasons, that I really just don't like grinding rep. Though, to be fair, grinding some rep along with trying to grind out a couple levels might not be a bad idea. In fact, I'm sure that's why they put grinds like that in there. Still don't know if I'm ready to do that just yet, though. Then it begs the question, how long are we going to spend here before we get the last handful of guys we need? I mean, we need 9 more. It's a little bit more than a handful, I guess. And if it just keeps spawning Ursas, that's not really going to help us much. Same thing, man. It's these level 60s. Oh, God. Okay. I'm not sure if there are, like, other camps of these guys, potentially, that we could fight. I know we have some objectives to do down in this area. I know we have a turn-in over here. Den Watcher. Yeah, we need you, Mr. Den Watcher. There are a couple outside, so maybe I just need to be a little bit vigilant in this outside area. Okay, let's head over here, let's reveal the map and see what else we can potentially work on, because kind of getting tired of running around circles in the same little area with nobody spawning, and then it seems like they're just getting picked off by higher level characters when they do respawn, so that's not good either. There has to be a few other places in the zone where these guys are at, I would think. But anyway, I'm going to put some research, I guess, into the Shaman class and see how it stacks up in vanilla. I have a feeling that it's one of those classes that isn't tuned quite correctly and probably has times when it's very tedious and difficult to play. But yeah, we can find out. What are these guys? Chillwind Chimeras. Yeah, we don't have a quest for Chimeras, unfortunately. Lots of wildlife here we don't have quests for. See if we can get into this area and find out exactly what's going on here. Ruins of Kel'Thuzil. Oh, hi. Figured we could either charge or body pull. It seemed like one of the two was gonna happen, so I went with charge. Do we have a quest for this? Yeah, Troubled Spirits of Kel'Thuzil. The Highborn Spirits are miserable creatures, that's for sure. They are still searching for pieces of the very thing that has cursed them to Kel'Thuzil forever, the stolen relic. If you are that interested, take my pick and go south to the lake. See if you can find pieces of it from within the ice. Do we have a pick? Okay, there we go. Jiran's pick. Now, I can't tell you a thing about what you might find, but I do know of someone who might. Aurora Skycolor, she dwells near the North Pass Tower in the northern part of the Eastern Plaguelands. This is what I mean. We're gonna complete this quest, I guess, and then in order to turn it in and get the actual experience for it, I am gonna have to jump continents and go all the way to the Eastern Plaguelands, turn it in, and then it's very likely that I'm just gonna have to then do the same thing and come all the way back. That is not very fun. It is not very fun, and it's like, you could say, well, that's immersive, it's realistic, you're having to travel around. Come on. We all know that it's just to waste time. Your time as the player. There are a million simpler things that they could have done, changes that they would have made if their goal was immersion. Oh, look at this. We don't have to do guesswork. We can just click on the thing. Let's go click on the thing, shall we? Okay, first relic piece. And I'm assuming we're just looking for more stuff like that. What is this exactly? Oh, sweet. That's great. Yeah, this is gonna be a death for sure. They were both immune to that because, obviously. Don't have any oh yeah, I do have a potion. Look at that. It's been so long since we've had potions, I just assumed we must have randomly picked that one up somewhere. Lucky us. When in doubt, always check your bags. Apparently, there could be a potion just chilling inside that could save your life. And we got really lucky about not pulling any of these other guys as well. So yeah, I don't know what these little ice portals are. Maybe they are for a different quest. Here is another place where we can use the pick. Let's clear this one out on the right side. It's kind of one of my favorite things about questing on Kalimdor is you come across Night Elf ruins and ancient Night Elf ruins in so many different places. Oh, look at this. We just randomly get jumped by two. Like, where did they come from exactly? I don't know. Maybe things are spawning in and I'm not noticing it, but I don't think we're going to pull our little survival trick twice. So, yeah. It's been real. It's been fun. But I'm pretty sure these guys are going to kill us. Oh, well, if they weren't going to kill us, yeah, something's going on here, right? I mean, maybe things are respawning watery invaders, so near these pools, they're just spawning water elementals. That's cool. Alright, well, we're not too far. So don't fight anything near the portals, basically. They're just gonna spawn in the water elementals that are gonna wreck you when you're not looking. Good times. It really would have been a kindness if they had not only done the 40% increase to the level, but I feel like every level after level 50 probably needed to have its required experience reduced. Although maybe I'm the only one who gets fatigued like this. Maybe other people start to get excited as they approach last level. When I'm looking at level 56, I've been looking at level 56 for a while. So, to me, it's not like, oh, only 4 more levels. It's like, oh my god, 4 more levels. How am I going to get that done with the quest that I have? And yeah, there are tons of dungeon quests we could do, but again, I don't want to be the lowest level person in the dungeon as a tank, because as we've learned, you're not going to succeed as a tank that way. So, how are we going to do this? Like, we still have to clear out this one, maybe? Let's see if we can spawn safely over here. And I'll just try to keep my eyes open. Yeah, we're gonna pull something. I mean, like, I don't know. I feel like these guys are moving around quite a bit, and they're gonna shoot out of that portal, and that's gonna be it for us. Let's pull her back up here, maybe. Oh, good, dazed. That's what we needed. Just a good daze. Let's get up here. Why can't I use this? Did we already do it? Yeah, oh, we already did it. I'm like... I've lost my mind, obviously. Obviously lost my mind. Okay, cool. What else then? Let's see. We can't mount up here. Perfect. So somewhere there are more of these. 2 more, to be exact. And they're supposed to be somewhere on the ice. I can't... You guys saw that, right? You guys saw that? It was there. Oh, here it is. God. Okay. Yep, not stopping to fight you. Here we go, here's the last one. Oh, we had pulled quite a few. And yeah, that's great. I mean, sure, that's one completed, but to turn that in to get any experience for it, I have to take it all the way to somebody in the Eastern Plaguelands. We're gonna run over here. I think I picked up a breadcrumb somewhere that turns in back over here near the entrance to the... or south of the entrance to the Timbermaw Hold. But yeah, I think I'm gonna have to focus on just getting a bunch of rested experience, because, yeah, those last 2 levels, 58 to 60... Unless we open up a bunch of quests in Silithus to do, I'm gonna grind them out. And if it takes more than 3 or 4 days to do it, I'll give you guys an update on how we're doing. I feel like these later game zones, you know, they could just use about 20 or 30 more quests each. And then they'd actually be enjoyable because they're really cool, like visually, thematically. Places like the Eastern and Western Plaguelands, the Burning Steppes, Winterspring, Fellwood, they're all really cool. Give me more stuff to do there as a solo player. Give me more quests for more experience, because I'd love to spend some more time there. But they don't make it easy to do that. There we go.
Great to meet you.
Donovan Snowden, Winterspring wants you to kill 8 Winterfall Pathfinders, 8 Winterfall Den Watchers, and 8 Winterfall Totemics. Okay. So the Den Watchers we also have for the other quest.
Welcome.
To tell you the truth, although there are no volcanoes here in Winterspring, I believe that there are far more threatening reasons for these hot springs. Well, I think you'll want to see it for yourself. You'll need to travel the length of Winterspring and head to the very south. When the air becomes thick and muggy and the sky turns dark, you'll have found what I believe to be the source of the hot spring. Have a look. I'm sure you'll have many questions when you return.
Keep your feet on the
That
ground.
sounds cool. We gotta go all the way down here, they say, for that. Don't know when that's gonna happen. And yeah, I have no idea where these other Timbermaw guys are. Let's take a look. I came to Winterspring to investigate the Frostfire Hot Springs. I've noticed that the water seems to have strange qualities. I haven't yet been able to discover the source. And to tell you the truth, I've had some difficulty lately due to the Winterfall furbolgs. They seem to be drawn to the springs just as I am. They have become extremely protective of the water and won't let me come near the two larger springs to the north of here. Well, that answers that question. Guess we're heading right up here to the Frostfire Hot Springs. Got some angry Yeti out here as well. Rough Ice Thistle. If he stops chasing us, we're basically in the heart of Furbolg country now. Really? There you go. Alright, let's see. Maybe I should track the quest. Another 8, 8, and 8 quest. Oh, hi. They have a totem that basically does an arcane explosion. That's pretty cool. Now, are the Den Watchers... Oh, no, you didn't. Son of a bitch. Okay. Yeah, I hate this. Do any of you guys hate this as much as I do? Because I really, really can't stand fighting for my quest mobs with level 60 players. And it's not their fault. They've been incentivized to do whatever they are doing. It's not their fault at all. That's the shit thing about it. It's like I get angry, but I can't even be angry at the player. Because Blizzard gave them a reason to come here and to fight the same guys that we need in order to level up. And look, they're all fucking dead now. You thought you were going to come here and fight some things? No, you're not. They're going to get wiped out by level 60 characters. Great. Good times. Have fun trying to level up. And now we're stuck in combat with all their stuff. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, well this is clearly shit that I'm gonna do at like 7 in the morning when normal people are, you know, at work dealing with real responsibilities and stuff like that. Because it's not gonna happen with people like this running around killing everything for whatever items or rep or whatever they think they need from this. This is just not the way I want to play. I don't want to be fighting for camps with level 60s that can literally pull the entire camp in one pull. That's not going to be a game that I win. It's just going to be something that pisses me off. Which is not why I play games. Well guys, I mean this is it. You can see it. You can see the results of continued attempts to quest. And this doesn't just happen here. This happens to me in the Plaguelands. This happened to me in Fellwood. It happens here. Whenever I am now working on quests, there are level 60s who are pulling the enemies that we need for the quest. So it's not an isolated thing. And it's not like there's really anywhere I can go where this isn't going to happen apparently. In the Plaguelands, it's like Argent Dawn rep. Here, it's Timbermaw Hold rep. In Fellwood, it's something else. It's something everywhere you go at this point. And it's great that it apparently gives these people like daily content to come and do at level 60. Like, dude here, but it's bad for me because I'm just trying to level up. And that's about the long and short of it, guys. I am going to call it here for today. I'm probably just going to go park it back at the inn here and wait for maybe a time of day when this many people are not on, and maybe I can wrap up some of these kill quests here in Winterspring. It sucks because it's a really cool area and I would love to show you guys more. But with the frustrations that I feel, I'm starting to think that a lot of the endgame stuff here is going to be stuff that I do on my own off recording. When I just can deal with it, grit my teeth, and get through it, you know what I mean? And it's unfortunate that that's kind of how the late game is shaping up to be. But it is what it is. In the meantime, I'm going to research a couple of things. I'm going to look into the Shaman class to see if that might be something we do on a Horde playthrough. And I'm going to investigate Blackrock Depths to see if I can wrap my mind around us tanking any part of that. Just because I know that there are a ton of quests that we can pick up in the Burning Steppes and elsewhere. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. I would love to hear from you. And I really do appreciate you guys supporting the series. It's been a long one. We're approaching 100 episodes. I really can't say enough how much I do appreciate all the support and how much it does mean the world to me. So thank you guys so much for that, and take care of yourselves out there and take care of each other. And we will see you back in Azeroth sometime soon. Bye now.